He bought it for $1 million. He sold it for like $750. Anyway, so just to give you an example, right? So
funny.
You
I
should
know
have been buying in Cornwall. Like,
Sorry.
Holy shit,
he
dummy.
screwed up.
I had to laugh about that, but
So hold on a sec. I'm still stuck on 180 for a house in anywhere close to here in
Do you know where Cornwall is? Any tertiary market
still.
like that, like, and you go out there and like, you know, they're far. It's not like you can buy a house in Belleville or Peterborough or, you know, one of those places where people go to often. These are like places like nobody from Toronto goes to often because it's like far. It's like, you know, it's like you got to spend the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a passerby town.
So
yeah.
I mean, it might manage itself, but are there partners involved? Like who's splitting the $200-300 at the end of the month or whatever's left at the end of the month? And then like, just in my head, I wonder, like, is it worth it? Yeah, you own the house. And I mean, how much is it going up in Cornwall, for God's sakes? Even over 20-30 years is going to.
I'll give you an example, right? Perspective. So for instance, if you were to spend $1 million in Toronto, let's just say you buy a duplex in Oshawa or whatever, it's going to be
how much a duplex in Oshawa costs? $1 million now?
My friend just sold it. Like he bought it for $1 million, he sold it for like $750. Anyway, so just to give you an example, right?
So funny.
You should have been buying in Cornwall. Like,
sorry.
Holy shit,
dummy. He screwed up.
I had to laugh about that, but so I want to put things into perspective. You're comparing two markets, right? So I'm going to use $1 million for our arbitrary numbers. $1 million in Oshawa, maybe you get like a nice house that's a legal duplex, right? The rent would be $4,400, and you have two people paying down your mortgage. And maybe Oshawa appreciation is like 10 to 15%. I don't know, TK, you should know, or versus
$400
versus spending $1 million in Cornwall. You can get 4 duplexes. You can BRRRR them. You can pull your money out within a year. And you have 8 people paying down your mortgages. Yes, the appreciation may be like 2 to 5%, but 2 to 5% times 4, that equals to Toronto. So now imagine $4,400 rent or $12,000 rent each month you're getting, right? So if you look at the value and the magnitude and the speed of velocity of how fast you're able to pay down your mortgage and multiply it in scale, you can actually, you know, it's comparable to Toronto, but the value is so much higher, if that makes sense.
More importantly, like the appreciation is really powerful, especially when you're leveraged on that $1 million duplex, $800,000 of the bank's money. So appreciation, it's hard to compare Toronto with Cornwall, but the bottom line is those duplexes are cash flowing, and that duplex in Oshawa is not. And so that's the thing, is you can't scale in the GTA. You have to be in an area where you've got cash flow and that there's yield. And there's very few markets, I think, in Canada that really have yield that makes sense. Even, you know, our friend Daniel Foch, he talks a lot about Cornwall buying. So and Daniel's a smart guy. And so obviously, you know, he's running numbers out there. There's very few markets, I think, are in Ontario that do work.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you got anything from one of these clips. And if you want to see some more, press something on the screen here. Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.